Alright, so this is the Tomoquads Evo X. It's a... shit. I thought I knew what size it was, but I haven't even checked it. Hold on a second, or get it yourself, please. Whoa, it's bigger than I thought. 140. Wow, I didn't know it was that big. Huh. It didn't seem like it was that big. Well, anyway, 140 millimeters motor to motor. It's a Perfect X, looks like to me. Comes with some real nice TPU printed parts. Really nice. I love the design at the end of the motors, how it points out like that. So definitely protects the motors in a tumble or head-on crash. It's 3 millimeters thick. Really stiff. Really stiff. Love that. Love the silver carbon. That is just so nice. This looks like it's 3 millimeters thick too. Maybe it's 2.5, but it's pretty thick. Don't usually see a top plate that thick. It's 2.5. Pretty nice. Awesome design. I love this design. It just looks so cool. It's got a little piece here that protects the camera. Looks like it'll do a pretty good job of that. Basically, if you're hitting a tree smaller than where the arms go, you know, it'll protect the camera. You got all the tilt you want in the world. Look at this. Who wants to fly like that? Boom, there's level. Pretty awesome. For this one, I went with the Pico BLX F4 and the Cicada 25 amp 4-in-1. This is an updated version. It has nice thicker signal wires. They're a little bit thicker, real nice soft silicone, really nice. They made the holes a tiny bit bigger, so now they fit M3 screws, but it's a tight fit. You got to push them in. Got the VTX03 XM Plus. It all fits nicely. I got the XM Plus in between the stack, underneath the flight controller. VTX03 on top of the flight controller. You get this little antenna holder, it's pretty cool. I'm using the Rotor X 1107 7600 kV motors. I wanted to use the DYS 1306s, but this just has the regular holes. It doesn't have slots, so it only fits 11.0X. It doesn't fit anything bigger than that. Well, there is, you know, the new Rotor X, what are they, 1304s? Yeah, 1304s, or those RCX 1304s. I believe that's what they are. 1305, I don't know. But yeah, they have the same mounting pattern. Really nice looking carbon. And man, that silver carbon is just beautiful. The video doesn't do it justice. You got to see it in person to really appreciate it. It's just so nice. I wouldn't mind having a whole frame out of this. I've only seen like one other place, and that is Flex RC. Dimitri makes some of his frames out of it. So I'm going with 2S on this one. This is going to be my 3-inch 2S, and let me tell you, I've already flown it, and it is awesome. Awesome, awesome. So you don't even need to ask me. Yes, it's awesome. Get these motors. Get the 25 amp 4-in-1 and a Tattoo 650, and you're going to have a good time. 2S. So you don't really see too many people running 3-inch 2S. It's usually always 4S. You know, I mean, all my 3-inch quads have always been 4S. I've never even had a 3S 3-inch. And now here I am with a 2S 3-inch. And it is just badass. It's got a ton of power. So much power. And if anybody's seen Nick Burns' video recently, he burned out his Rotor X motor. I haven't burned out any of mine. He was using 3-inch props and 3S. So I could see that happening on something like that. You're probably going to burn it out, especially if you're not watching the motor temperatures. But all my quads have these motors over time, ever since these came out, I've now gotten it to where all my quads have these motors because they're just so awesome. But they're all 2.5 inch quads, so I run them 2.5 inch with 3S, and they don't even get hot. They barely even get warm. And 2S with 3 inch is also a good combination like this here. So motors don't get hot at all. It's pouring down rain right now, or else I would be flying it outside. So got to show you in the room again, but I'll show you real quick. And the battery is almost dead as usual. So, you know, at least you'll get an idea. You'll see the punch out, and then you'll be like, oh man, it's going to be a lot more on a full charged battery.
Switch warning.
Oops.
Flight mode 1. Disarm motors. Race mode.
Alright, here we go.
Arm motors.
And forgive me, but I'm totally not used to this radio. I've only used it a couple times now. But you can see how much power it's got. And you can hear how quiet it is. Man, I love these props.
Disarm motors.
So, yeah, pretty awesome. I'm very happy with this setup. I got to get used to this radio. So, you know, I've only had it like a week or so, and haven't had much opportunities to fly. So, what I'm gonna do is build a FR Sky brushed whoop, so I can really practice with this radio and get used to it. Because I'm so used to my DX6, you know, it's crazy going to a totally different radio. So yeah, there you go. Motors aren't even warm. And this thing is just badass. Oh my god, 3-inch 2S. There you go. Tomoquads Evo X.